match of the day first visited Hillsborough in the 60s, the Sheffield Wednesday lineup included stalwarts like left-back and captain Don Megson, centre-half Vic Mobley, number 6 Jerry Young, inside forwards John Fantham and David Ford, and between them young Jim McCalliog. The stadium itself was undergoing renovation. Hillsborough had been selected as a World Cup venue for the summer of '66, and new stands would make it one of the best grounds in England.
Very good move there by McCalliog. Tipped out to Fantham, and it's the first one. No, it's hit the post. I wonder how much that was saved from going in by the already cut-up Gomez. Macedo just kicking out off the head of Fantham there. 27 minutes gone in the first half, and still, as yet, no score. But there could be now. And there is. The referee has a quick look, and it's Ford, the inside left, that has put Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 in the lead. Wednesday, and it's Mixon now. Fantham getting up. Fantham being held down by Dempsey. Oh, and I don't know whether that's been saved or not, or whether it's a shot that's gone over the bar. Dobson, and it's Wednesday that are beginning to come more into the game now. They seem to have had a rest spell, and it goes out to Quinn. Quinn clipping it across there. McCalliog, and a magnificent save there by Macedo, and that was definitely in the corner of the net. Superb effort there by Macedo. Well, Sheffield Wednesday were always the better side right from the word go here, and I think a lot of this was due to the fact that their two wing halves got on top of both Haynes and O'Connell, rather, the inside forwards of Fulham, very early on in the game, and from then onwards it was mostly Sheffield Wednesday.
When Wednesday travelled to Craven Cottage for the return fixture later in the season, Ron Springett had resumed his place in goal, and Peter Eustace was displaying his smooth skills at right half. This was to be a match full of goals, with Wednesday twice taking the lead.
Oh, and Filimovic having a goal put in the net by McClellan, the goalkeeper, after only 2 minutes play. Now here's Cohen for Fulham. Cohen across to Robson. This is Cohen, one of the fastest backs in the game. So fast he was booked for speeding on the way to the ground. And a lovely shot from Springett. There's the goal! A goal scored by the outside left Quinn. Here comes Smith, the right back of Sheffield Wednesday. And a beautiful header by McCalliog, and that's the second goal for Wednesday. Cohen, lovely sent down, a goal! Well, now Leggett, Earl, he scored! Earl has scored. Earl has scored for Fulham. And Robson to take perhaps the most vital penalty of his life. 4-2.
That penalty from future England manager Bobby Robson meant defeat for Wednesday, but in the FA Cup it was a different story. Ewood Park Blackburn was in festive mood for the quarter-final, but Wednesday were to spoil Rovers' party and give their travelling fans something to celebrate.
Else for the goal kick for Rovers. Harrison turning it inside, but Eustace not able to get it clear, and the ball goes back eventually to number 3, Newton, and there's a bad mistake there. My goodness me, Quinn was in on that very quickly from that bad pass back there by Newton. Quinn just pushing it on over for Fantham. And he's got the legs of Clayton, and that must be the first one. Yes, it is. There it is. just short of 12 minutes then in the first half, and it's Ford, the inside left of Sheffield Wednesday, that put them 1-0 in the lead. Mobley didn't come up quick enough, otherwise we would have had 3 Rovers players, and a great effort, and it's a goal! A great effort there. And unless I'm very much mistaken, it's Byram, the inside right, that scored that from just outside the penalty area to put Rovers back now on level terms with just 32 minutes gone in the first half. The score now, Rovers 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Inside, getting the return ball. And that's the second goal, again by Ford. Ford it is then, number 10, the inside left of Wednesday, that has put them 2-1 in the lead.
And he put Wednesday into the semi-final at Villa Park.
This is Bantham. It's a good one! Ford has scored! A goal! 60 seconds to go. As far as the Wednesday supporters are concerned, it's all over now. And here's Ford. He's got McCalliog in the middle, he's got Pugh in the middle. There's McCalliog. A goal! That is it! McCalliog has scored against his old club. And that is it. Chelsea are out of the cup.
It was terrible.
Terrible? Why terrible? You got to Wembley.
Yeah, we got to Wembley, but, you know, I know them for 2 years, and, you know, it's a big thing. I seen them get beat last year, how bad they felt, and it'll be the same in the dressing room now.
So there really is sentiment in this big-time professional football, is there?
Yeah, for me there is, you know.
Now, your sorrow must be tinged with a bit of happiness, though, isn't it, that you're going to Wembley yourself?
Oh, yeah, I'm happy for, you know, the boss and the players, you know, it's done so well, and also I'm happy for my mother and father, because, you know, well, I left Chelsea and we've beat them in the cup, so makes them a lot more happier, you know.
And so to Wembley, and Wednesday's first appearance in the FA Cup final for over 30 years. Manager Alan Brown and his team couldn't have wished for a better start.
What's a good throw to Ford. McCalliog, a goal! And McCalliog has scored for Sheffield Wednesday, and their number 8 is Ford. Can Alex Young do it? No. And it's Bantham taking over. Plays so well. Oh, he's going for a lovely move. It's going to be the second goal by Ford. A goal. And that should just about clinch it. Wednesday's Cup, it's Ford. That's Hardy to Gabriel to Harris. Now a chance for Trabuco. He scored. No, Trabuco has scored for Everton. Sheffield Wednesday have brought everybody back now. They have 11 men between the ball and their goal. Scott where they take it there, you see. Harris moving up. Scott. Trabuco. A goal! He's equalised! Everton buzzing around with much more purpose than they were doing. Covering the gaps, making it almost impossible for Wednesday to create space, and now a great chance, and that is saved by Jerry Young. It's Temple, and it's the third goal. Oh, what a tragedy for Jerry Young.
Poor Jerry Young was never allowed to forget the mistake which cost Wednesday the cup. The following season, the 4-3-3 formation was in vogue after England's success in the World Cup. Wednesday's goalkeeper, Ron Springett, had been a member of Alf Ramsey's squad as understudy to the great Gordon Banks. Their teams met at Hillsborough in the First Division. Wednesday were unbeaten in their first 4 games and yet to concede a goal.
Roberts. And here comes Gibson, number 10, with a lot of room. There's Dugan, and that will be number 1, the first goal this season against Sheffield Wednesday, scored by Dugan. 32 minutes gone. Even injury time must be running out now. There's Norman, the left back, left full-back. Leicester. Oh, it's a goal! A goal in the last seconds! And it's Hugh that's done it. Banks has come out to appeal that he was fouled. The last seconds, it's Hugh, the number 7, who got it. And the whistle goes. They're not going to kick off. The game is all over. It's 1 goal each. A sensational ending. The goal with the last kick of the match, scored by number 7, Graham Pugh. Oh, what a finish to a football match. Hillsborough, the magnificent ultra-modern home of Sheffield Wednesday, is cold and wet for this game against Tottenham Hotspur, whom no one can ever remember winning a league game here. The Sheffield Wednesday side, for the first time at home, includes John Ritchie, the £70,000 signing from Stoke City. It's hoped that Ritchie, who'll be wearing number 9, will put some punch into their attack. Well, he's big enough and he looks strong enough, doesn't he? Bentham. Back to Eustace. And the judge, yes, it's there! It's gone by 4. And the man who laid it on for him was John Ritchie. With only 6 minutes left, there's the boy who did it, David Ford.
But I don't suppose any loyal Sheffield Wednesday fan regrets the drenching he got this afternoon, not having seen Sheffield Wednesday pick up 2 points at home for the first time since the end of August. And just after the game, I spoke to the Wednesday manager, Alan Brown, and asked him what he thought of the game, and especially about Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes, Tottenham are one of the many good sides in the first division, very well disciplined with a high degree of skill and with much more experience than we have. I consider that we have done extremely well to have finally beaten them on this ground today.
Did you think that you were going to get through, or did you think like the rest of us, it was going to be a goalless draw?
Well, it looked very much like a goalless draw, but with a team like Tottenham and also ourselves, there's always this danger of a last-minute goal, a last-second goal sometimes in our case, and we always lived in hope.
But Brown never achieved more than a mid-table position in his 4 years as Wednesday manager.
Evans trying to tee it up for Knowles. A beautiful goal, superbly taken. Four and a half minutes gone, and the two birthday boys combined to put Wolves ahead. Evans set it up there for Peter Knowles. Alan Evans only 18 today. Peter Knowles 22 today, and with something to celebrate right at the start of this match. Usher with the call. What is good one? Vic Mobley. Eustace. Ritchie, and he's onside, and a wonderful chance here for Ritchie. Knowles to Bailey. This could be Wolves' last chance now. Dugan yelling at the far post for it. Evans. Oh, what a good goal!
A 2-2 draw there, and the following season the Match of the Day cameras focused on the debut of Alan Warboys, who had joined Wednesday from Doncaster Rovers. His first appearance was against Tottenham at White Hart Lane, in a Wednesday lineup which had changed little since Jack Marshall had succeeded Alan Brown. His team certainly succeeded that day.
Indirect free kick. Calliope going into the middle. Ford there, and Ford is going to take it. And it's a no-goal! Calliope is framing it. So McCalliog is the scorer. Seemed to me to come off a Tottenham player. With him, back to Eustace. Oh, great one! Oh, what great shots! Jennings, I bet Jennings still doesn't know that one hit the bar. England going on the far side of the penalty box, being shadowed by Warboys. In moves England, he's got hold of it, it's scored! On the edge of the penalty area, the fair-haired fellow, that's Mobley, number 5, in the dark shirt. Now shadowed by Chivers. Witham a goal! Witham has scored in the last minute.
The scorer of that goal had a short but productive career at Hillsborough. Jack Whitham was unlucky with injuries, but scored exactly 1 goal in every 2 games he played for Wednesday over 4 seasons.
This is Peter Eustace. Good ball. Jack Whitham almost there. Whitham's there, he scored! He ran between the two. It was a good ball from Eustace.
Young, Whitham, John Kay, trying to find Brown. Tommy Craig. Coleman, Whitham! Rejected, John Osborne. War boys. Ball Whitham, it's Corbett's ball. Martin, Saget. Brown coming in on it again. Oh, what a good goal! What a cracking goal by Tony Brown. Really hit that on the volley. Coleman. Craig. Young. 2 inside. Whitham going for it. Oh, they all left it! Oh, Whitham may have got the touch, if not it's Jerry Young's. Whitham seems to be claiming it, but they all left it.
Despite that cup victory, Wednesday were now in the 2nd division.
Clement getting out of trouble well. That has not gone out of play. Well, Sinclair deserved all the luck that was going there. The only man who would chase that ball. Sinclair. Sissons back to Wilcoxon. A goal! That had to come, and it had to come from Wilcoxon.
The Owls would not return to the 1st division for 14 years.
And that's put Wednesday in trouble. Alder has got through here, past Clements, Holsgrove coming across. Oh, what a fine goal by Doug Alder. A perfect example of how to take a chance. Now again, the ball to be aimed at those big men in the penalty area. Handball, it's been given. Against Gordon Bolland. And Sheffield Wednesday now have their best chance of all. Tommy Craig takes the penalties for Sheffield Wednesday, scored from 2 this season. And it's now down to Brian King as far as Millwall are concerned. Halfway through the 2nd half, can he make it 1-1? Yes!
Tommy Craig had been Sheffield Wednesday's first 6-figure signing and Britain's youngest £100,000 player when he joined them from Aberdeen at the age of 18. Penalties were one of his specialities. One came in a dramatic start to an FA Cup tie, thanks to another crowd pleaser signed from Scotland.
Willie Henderson getting his first touch. Henderson again. Noel Blythe's foul, it's a penalty. In the very first minutes, Noel Blythe has given away a penalty. Willie Henderson was the man who was fouled, jinking his way through just inside the box. It was a trip, or so it looked from here. And so in the very first minute, John Jackson, the Palace goalkeeper, who saved from Martin Peters last week, has to face Tommy Craig. And the second division side ahead right at the start. Rogers picking up pace. Oh, yes, it is!
John Craven's goal earned Palace a replay, and although Wednesday eventually got through, they lost to Chelsea in the 5th round. The 70s were to be bleak years for Wednesdayites. In 1974, the club only survived in Division 2 by winning their last match. And a year later, the unthinkable happened. Sheffield Wednesday won only 5 league matches all season, and found themselves in the 3rd division for the first time in their history.
Cameron. Harvey's pushed forward now, down the right wing. This is Potts, though. Cameron again. Here's Harvey. Good 1-2. Coming to Shaw. Number 10, Henson. Quinn. 3 in the middle. Potts was unmarked and scored easily. Palace just standing there looking at one another and nobody looking at Potts. Kemp now beginning to come into the game more now, David Kemp. And he's brought Johnson into it. Holder comes for the short one. That was Jeffries. What a fine effort. Swindlehurst, Jeffries again, and David Kemp.
After 5 forgettable years in Division 3, Wednesday started the long road back. There have been few derby matches in the Steel City more important than the one that took place in the 3rd Division in the spring of 1980. A crowd of over 40,000 were inside Bramall Lane, together with the Match of the Day cameras, to see whether one or both Sheffield clubs could win promotion. Wednesday's manager Jack Charlton had got together a well-organised side which included local products like Mike Pickering and Mark Smith in defence, Kevin Taylor in midfield, and in attack Terry Curran, a flair player who could be quite frustrating but on his day quite brilliant. This, as United found to their cost, was to be one of those days.
Looking for Curran, who's pulling who? 50-50 is the verdict. Curran very nearly put in by John Lowy. Certainly something of a wrestling match was going on too, as Curran tried to get onto the pass. It's Grant. Hornsby. It's not a strange position for McPhail to come from, but it was effective. Blackall. Diagonal cross met by Mellor. And a good save by Poole. A diagonal cross that was fairly low, and Mellor met well, and the goalkeeper saved well. McPhail's taken a position on the far right. There's one dummy run. The marking going on there. And it's Butlin who hits it against the post, and McPhail who puts it in. Well, there was a real catch-as-catch-can going on there. And they got away. It was Butlin who got up extremely well with the looping header. It came back off the post, and John McPhail, who put Sheffield United in front. A fair spell of pressure this by Sheffield Wednesday. Curran. This time it's Cutbush at his back. And Sabella. And he's got away from them. Oh, and he does so well! He had three men around him, and he just came round in a wide arc, and no wonder he falls to his knees to take the applause of the Wednesday supporters. But the United supporters must be wondering how on earth he was allowed to go away. He came away in an arc, and when he was in space, he hit a right-foot shot that was beating the goalkeeper from the moment that the ball was struck. Curran. Tackle. There's Grant. Hit it well and produced a good save by the goalkeeper coming forward to his 6-yard line. Plenty of beef behind it. The goalkeeper was coming forward and turned it away well. 10 minutes left. Ormsby. Curran on the touchline, faced by Tibbett. Taylor's shot, and well tipped over. A couple of good saves in this half by Terry Poole. That one from Kevin Taylor. The referee has now checked his watch 3 times. Here's McPhail, whose goal was to be wiped out, and Jack Charlton, I'm sure, very content with the 1-point gain from this Sheffield derby.
In fact, that point, thanks to Curran's wonder goal that will be talked about in Sheffield for years, helped Wednesday clinch the 3rd promotion spot while United faded. Curran played in the 2nd division for Wednesday, but later moved across the city to play for United, one of 13 clubs in his nomadic career. But for now, for Wednesdayites, the 5-year exile in the 3rd division was over, and the celebrations would not end here. The famous blue and white stripes were being worn by players perfectly equipped to do well in the 2nd division, and within 2 years, Owls supporters were talking of a return to the 1st. Jack Charlton's uncomplicated method, a sound defence and good counter-attack, was effective at home and away.
Gary Megson for Sheffield Wednesday on the break. They've got 4 others forward here. One of them is Bannister. Pearson's in the middle, so too is McCulloch, and there are 3 others in support. McCulloch hit the bar, Pearson! And the substitute scores within a couple of minutes of coming on. Oh, they've left Megson free. 2-0 to Wednesday. 30 minutes from the end. The scorer, Gary Megson. McCulloch at the post. Bannister!
Gary Bannister was part of a new-look attack which now included Gary Megson, son of former Wednesday skipper Don, and the Yugoslav Ante Mirocevic, a record signing at £200,000, the most expensive purchase of the Charlton era.
Mirocevic. Bannister. In early to Curran. Oh, and Pearson! Good save by Day. Angle as though it was going to go in. Tremendous shot from Gary Megson. Megson to Taylor. In again for Mirocevic. Are they holding him there? And Taylor ran on and scored. Kevin Taylor for Sheffield Wednesday. 10 minutes into the 2nd half. The free kick taken by Megson. Ante Mirocevic was a headache there for Orient. He just protected and shielded the ball long enough. It finally went through to Taylor, and he scores his 7th goal of the season. Little personal triumph for him because it's his best season as a goal scorer now. Bannister's little flick. Williamson supporting the attack again. Here's Megson. Williamson. Curran. Little bubble on the pitch, but here's Megson. Floated it, off the post, goal! Oh, what a beauty. Well, the fans enjoyed that one. It happened right in front of them. Curran originating things out on the left. The ball played for Megson, and that shot, always going away from Mervyn Day, caught the inside of the post and came back inside. Well, Gary, you do seem to have made a habit of scoring goals when we've come along with the Match of the Day cameras this season.
Yeah, I do, John. I wish it could come to every game down here, because I scored when you brought them down to Luton, and last week against Oldham, and again today.
Which one of those three gave you the most satisfaction? Can you remember them very vividly?
Yeah, the one at Luton was my first goal, so I couldn't remember that one.
McCulloch, Megson!
And the one last week was from a corner that we've been practicing for months, and that's the first time it's come off.
Oh, they've left Megson free!
But I think the best one was the one that I scored today. We got the ball down to the byline and it got all bottled up and we brought it out, and Terry Curran did very well to hold the ball up. And I asked for it once and he didn't give me it again. And then I asked for it again and then he did give it me, so I just took it.
Gary, you've come to Sheffield Wednesday as your third club, but your father was a great favourite here, one of the most famous captains of Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah. Does that mean the club means something special to you?
Yeah, it means quite a lot to me, because I used to sit in the stands when I was a young lad. And when I moved from Everton, I said to my father at the time that it was this would be the only club that I would drop out of the First Division for.
Gary Bannister had been signed from Coventry City, and his 22 goals in his first season made him the supporters' player of the year.
Shelton, Pearson, must be surely this time. Bannister the scorer. Nice move.
Sheffield-born striker John Pearson had joined the club straight from school. He marked his early Wednesday appearances with some useful goals.
Bannister and Baxter. Solid display is Baxter. But suddenly out of nothing, Pearson scores.
Wednesday missed promotion by a single point in 1982, and the following season enjoyed a splendid FA Cup run. In the 6th round, they were drawn against another second division side, Burnley, at Turf Moor.
Donachie is coming to Kevin Young. Donachie made room for the shot, tried to find Taylor, and Bowler got a hand there, and a penalty. Bowler got a hand there. Trevor Stephen was the player who was going in. The referee looked up at his linesman and said penalty. Protest from the Wednesday players. But the referee certainly hesitated and looked at the linesman, who was in a better position to see whether Bowler had gone for the ball or whether he'd taken the man. And the linesman on this near side said that he'd taken the man. And Taylor will take the penalty and hits it straight at the goalkeeper. So Steve Taylor, whose penalty won the tie against Crystal Palace, misses from the spot at the start of this quarter-final contest. Only 5 minutes gone. Dobson changed his mind and escapes. No, he doesn't. Oh, they all stood and waited. And Bannister opens the scoring. Sheffield Wednesday have the lead by courtesy of the Burnley defence. Dobson initially pulling out as the ball came over his head, and then the two defenders and goalkeeper waited, and Bannister nipped between them to dump the ball in. No problems for Jack Charlton at the moment. Skirting in a bit. Oh! That's a brilliant goal. Cassidy, the scorer. Cassidy, who got down as Lyons got down and has hurt himself in the process. Ball from the corner coming over the head of Hamilton. Cassidy and Lyons both went low for it.
Wednesday won the replay 5-0, but lost the semi-final to Brighton. After nearly 6 years, Jack Charlton left Hillsborough. His successor, Howard Wilkinson, had immediate success.
Sheffield Wednesday have reached the vital stage of their bid to return to the First Division after an absence of 14 years. With 8 games still to play at Hillsborough, Wednesday must be confident of winning promotion because of their impressive home record. These 12 players have appeared in most of Wednesday's home games, which have brought them 32 out of a possible 39 points. This is Verardi for Sheffield Wednesday. Grip made it difficult for him, but he did well. Madden. Oh, and the snap out of the superb goal. Only 5 minutes gone, and Sheffield Wednesday take the lead. Imre Verardi helping to set it up with that fine run down the left, holding off Grip's challenge, playing it back for Madden. His cross was dangerous, but how well Bannister finished. Play restarts with a drop ball, which Shelton wins very well. Now, Cunningham's pace proves superior to that of Grit. Bannister's cross. Megson coming in. Right at the bar and away by Berry. Well, so close Sheffield Wednesday then. Hales up. Smith forward. Madden's interception. Cunningham gets in behind the defence. And what a brilliant save. What a brilliant save by Johns. Cunningham got in behind the defence, held off Dowman's challenge. The shot looked bound for the top of the net. Johns made sure it's a corner. Ronnie Moore gets it clear. Straight back to Megson though. Cunningham up well. And it's in. Shirtlift diving full length on the line to turn the ball in. And poor Nicky Johns, who'd made that brilliant save, is beaten from the resulting corner. Cunningham heading it back across the face of goal. Shirtlift diving forward. It's 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Charlton now know that they've got a very, very difficult job on here. Sheffield Wednesday, one of the most prolific scorers at home in the division. Charlton's scoring record away from home is very poor, and they could be facing another uphill hurdle here. Cunningham, it's 3-0. Well, just as I was about to say it, Cunningham proved it. 3-0, the break down the left, 2 goals in the space of a minute. It was so easy when the ball came in. Cunningham just had to side-foot it into the corner of the net. Megson forward, Cunningham, great pace. Penalty. It had to be. Nicky Johns out so quickly to try and match the devastating pace of Tony Cunningham. The inevitable conclusion as goalkeeper and striker met a penalty. Sterland against Johns. Well, he really hit it with some power, but Nicky Johns was having a remarkable day. Turned it over. Oh, Bannister's clear. Dowman's mistake. Verardi unmarked. How about that? Imre Verardi. Cheeky, cool, and calm. It's 4-0. Dowman's mistake. Bannister couldn't believe the gift. Slid it across the penalty area to Verardi, who knew exactly what to do and did it. Sheffield Wednesday 4, Charlton Athletic 0.
And Lorimer got his head to the ball. Now Worthington. Turned back in, Bannister. Oh, and David Harvey just clawed it round, going down. Maybe a bit unsighted at first by Bannister's header. So it's a corner again to Sheffield Wednesday. And Cunningham's flick, and the header there was by Bannister. And Berardi went in for the rebound, and neither of them could quite get there. And Leeds can break, and break well. Ritchie played a splendid ball to Butterworth, and he's got Barnes free to his left. Peter Barnes had to take it first time. Megson tucked it back. Bannister's there this time. Bannister, is it going in? No. Martin Dickinson off the line. With Harvey beaten, number 6 Dickinson saves Leeds. Still Oliver. Cunningham's on the far post with a header back, and Bannister was there, and it's gone through for a goal. Sheffield Wednesday's pressure pays off with 10 minutes to go. Cunningham knocked it back, and Bannister, it might have just taken a slight deflection on its way through, but David Harvey had no chance. And this could give Sheffield Wednesday 3 points, but Leeds will come back at them in the last few minutes. Sellers. And Ritchie's there! They came back straight away! Sellers with the cross, Ritchie the header, and Sheffield Wednesday caught sleeping but appealing for handball surely. Was it his hand? That's the big question, because when the cross came in I thought it was the hand of Ritchie, and the goalkeeper thinks so too, and the referee must surely speak to the linesman. It looked to me as though it might have been his hand and not his head from here. Mike Lyons has said come away, they're going to consult. There's a moment of controversy here. What's going to happen? A goal's been given. They've given the goal to Andy Ritchie, but there will have to be a question mark as to what part of his anatomy put the ball in the net. Ray Berardi. Pulled down, but the advantage is his, really. They've got the ball. Worthington. And Megson's in there. Cunningham for Sheffield Wednesday. And he sets up Imre Berardi. And now Bannister. And now Megson with the chip. Oh, brilliant save. Just saw the keeper possibly edging off his line and went for the delicate side foot chip, Glenn Hoddle style. But Harvey knew what was on. Lorimer. And the Yorkshire derby ends all square.
When Wednesday ran out to face Grimsby in April, promotion was just round the corner.
A typical Hillsborough welcome for Sheffield Wednesday, whose loyal fans appreciate they're now within 5 points of their manager's original promotion target of 80. Wednesday have won 7 and drawn 3 of their last 10 league games, even though the team is currently not at full strength. Pearson. Here's Shirtliff. And that's Cunningham. Megson's well forward here in the centre, number 7. And Pearson, good save by Nigel Batch. And Pearson's header and Cunningham closing. And Moore, did he hold him? The referee says penalty. Cunningham went down under challenge from Kevin Moore, who feels aggrieved. He's looked across at the linesman, but the officials had no doubt, and they've awarded Sheffield Wednesday a penalty. And Sterling scores.
That was one of 26 victories in a second division promotion campaign that saw Wednesday finish runners-up to Chelsea. After 14 years, they were back in Division 1.
Chapman in a line with the left post. Berardi with the right. Blair just behind the two. Looking for the nod, or here's Berardi, and it's there. Goal coming right on the 15th minute and totally justified on the balance of play. Nicely worked free kick. Chapman with the chance of the nod back to Blair, or the nod sideways to Berardi, chose the latter, and Berardi was able to squeeze the ball under Ray Clements. Hazard. Useful. Falco. Oh, and between them they made a mess of it, and Falco will claim it. Sterling the only defender forward. Brady got the flick across. And Clements with his legs apart as Marwood gets the goal. They didn't need Mel Sterling. The ball came shorter to Berardi, who flicked it across, and Brian Marwood, very much a Johnny on the spot. That time made it count.
Spot the infringement was a game within a game at Hillsborough as referee Tom Fitzharris awarded Wednesday an historic number of penalties. This first after 16 minutes, apparently for a push by number 8 Brian Steen. Both sets of players looked puzzled, but Andy Blair gratefully put Wednesday one up from the spot. 15 minutes later, the crowd of 18,000 saw Wednesday go 2 up, Luton's defenders failing to get the ball away from danger and Brian Marwood scoring an opportunist goal. More eagle-eyed refereeing profited Wednesday in the second half and compounded Luton's misery. Even a slow-motion replay, though, fails to confirm handball here by Mal Donachie after 53 minutes. But Blair scored number 2 and set himself up for the first hat-trick of penalties by a league player for 6.5 years. Not even Luton complained that Stacey North's challenge didn't merit a penalty.
That little piece of history led to a dramatic League Cup quarter-final replay.
Wednesday now with 6 players in the Chelsea penalty area. Oh, it's there! Bit of a mix-up there between the Chelsea keeper and Joey Jones. This is Blair. Oh, easily beats Mickey Thomas. Lovely ball to Chapman, and it's in! Lee Chapman gets Wednesday's second. Marwood. Lee goes down, still Marwood in possession. Tries a little chip. What a magnificent strike. Chelsea starting the second half with their substitute Paul Cannaville on. Colin Lee's the man who's gone off. So Chelsea with problems at the start of the match, and they've got more now in the second half. Cannaville playing out wide on the left and involved early. Oh, what a start! Was that his first touch of the ball? Astonishing. Speedy for Chelsea. Mickey Thomas. Kerry Dixon wasn't offside. Is this number 28? Kerry Dixon took that awfully well. A quality finish from a quality player. Speedy to Nevin. Now let's see something from little Pat Nevin. He forced a turn by Mick Lyons. Magic goal by Mickey Thomas. It's 3 apiece. The ball for Dixon to chase, and he'll get there. Oh, he's found Cannaville! Chelsea have done it! Mel Sterling still got it, and that must be a penalty. What a foolish trip by Rugby in the last minute of the match. Mel Sterling against Nisveski. Unbelievable. It's 4 apiece.
The full drama of a great cup tie was evident on the Hillsborough Kop as Sterling took that last-minute penalty. Wednesday lost the third match 2-1 at Stamford Bridge, but Howard Wilkinson had re-established them as a First Division force. Sheffield born and bred, his love of the club, for which he'd played for 4 years in the 60s, was something the supporters could identify with. His direct style of play piloted Wednesday to 8th position in their first season back, and 5th a year later, their best performance for 25 years. They were now rubbing shoulders with the best on equal terms.
Chapman's header, Marwood's goal. Wednesday have the lead in the 57th minute. Marwood's 9th of the season, nothing that Bruce Grobbelaar could do about it. And the goal coming as a result of an awful back pass by Alan Hansen, which produced the corner. Dalglish to take. And Walsh didn't, but coming at the back in the 85th minute was Mark Lawrenson.
Striker Lee Chapman was an effective early signing by Wilkinson and contributed 57 goals in 3 seasons. In 1986, Wednesday were involved in another FA Cup run, away to Derby in the 5th round.
Christie. Blair. Oh, he's given it away to Gregory and Davison. He's onside. It's Bobby Davison for Derby. It's a goal. He's marked his return with his 19th goal of the season in the 23rd minute. And nearly was it? It is in, yes. Off Trevor Christie.
Wednesday won the replay 2-0, earning a 6th round tie against West Ham.
And Smith flicked it on off the line by Devonshire, I think. Morris. And driven again. And a goal. Worthington is the scorer. The game being played at a very fast pace. Megson forward this time. And Shutt came inside well. And a good effort. And a goal. Wow, this is the man they're talking about. And he's made it 2-0. Carl Shutt. Dickens. Nice turn. And a through ball for McAvenny. Morris is the defender for Wednesday. McAvenny holds him off. He's got 2 in the centre. Cotty's arriving now. And there's Cotty. And it's a fine goal.
So, exactly 20 years after McCalliog and company had conquered Chelsea at Villa Park, Wednesday were back at the same semi-final venue to face Everton. The modern team were just 1 step away from Wembley, but one familiar face was missing. Winger Brian Marwood was out injured, and the Wednesdayites, whose backing meant so much to Wilkinson and his team, knew that Marwood was a vital ingredient in the Owls' style of play. Everton had been in a semi-final on the same ground a year earlier against Luton, and now in a tight game that went to extra time, their greater big match experience proved a significant factor.
It's Ratcliffe with the free kick. Nixon's header out, Bracewell. Hooked back in. Snowden away from Harper. Back in by Mountfield. Now Harper is onside. And he's got the ball over the goalkeeper. And Alan Harper, the substitute, has scored for Everton. These are anxious moments. Everton having just scored. Hart is there. Shelton's arriving. Away by Stevens as far as Snowden. Back in again. Hart and Chapman. Hart header. Shutt! Yes, the equaliser. Carl Shutt. 3 minutes after going behind, Sheffield Wednesday are level. What a reply. It was instant. The free kick wasn't properly cleared. Paul Hart stayed forward. The ball was flicked on, and Carl Shutt, the man of the moment in the FA Cup this season for Wednesday. 2 against Derby in the 5th round replay, 1 against West Ham in the 6th round, and the equaliser here today from a 24-year-old who was with Spalding United a year ago. Reed. Stevens. Bracewell. Heads it back in. Richardson. Mountfield is still forward. Bracewell. Sharp is hovering dangerously. Goal! What a finish by Graham Sharp. It was a good diagonal ball, but Sharp finished that majestically. And scores to send the Evertonians back into raptures.
and to send the Wednesdayites into deep depression. The Owls did get to Wembley in 1988 in the Mercantile Credit Centenary Festival. They lost the final on penalties to Nottingham Forest after winning this semi-final.
Wilson on his left foot. Oh, what a fantastic goal! What a magnificent strike by Colin West. Unbelievable.
It was a time of change on TV too. The 1988-89 season saw sweeping managerial changes at Hillsborough. Howard Wilkinson left for Leeds in October and his assistant Peter Eustace took over. But this FA Cup win over Torquay was one of only 2 Wednesday victories in 19 games. And in February, Eustace was replaced by Ron Atkinson. A year later, Wednesday were relegated on the last day of the season. But the 1990-91 season saw them make a spirited bid to regain their Premier status at the first attempt. Names like Roland Nielsen, Nigel Pearson, John Sheridan, David Hurst, Carlton Palmer and Paul Williams took the club into a new era. The close relationship between team and supporters was as binding as ever. Sheffield Wednesday continues to be one of the most cherished and respected football clubs in the country.